Hebrews 5, verse 8, says, though he was a son, yet he learned obedience by the things which he suffered. Jesus learned obedience. How? Through the things he suffered. Why? We want to do it our way, but we do it their way. What does that mean? That's called suffering. When we don't get our way. Right? That's called suffering. I remember Phyllis Moore. She was, Brother Hagin asked her to cut some tomatoes. So she started cutting them because, she's cut tomatoes her whole life, living in Louisiana, cut tomatoes. And he says, no, that's not the way you do it. What do you mean that's not the way you do it? No, this is the way you do it. So it's different, but it's the way he wanted it done. And it's his tomatoes. So she can get offended, called sin, and miss the mark and not share in the prize, or she can say, it's not my tomato. Brother Hagin wants it this way. I'll cut it that way. I don't care. However you want to cut. I'll cut it the way I want it at home for me, and I'll cut it the way you want it for you. Not offended. It's not my tomato. Get offended over a tomato. No, it's not my tomato. So she did it that way and was continually able to sit in their presence and help and serve them and be a blessing to them. And part of that anointing that was on them. Wow. What an honor. What a trip. What a time. Learning obedience by the things we suffer. She didn't like that. I know how to do tomatoes. Who do you think you are telling me how to cut a tomato? It's his tomato. So what did she have to do? She had to tell her flesh to shut up. Right? Let her flesh suffer. Learned obedience through the things he suffered. We learn obedience through the things we suffer. So we want to obey God. We are going to end up suffering. Because he's going to say some stuff that we don't feel like doing. We don't want to do. But we do it his way. I don't want to forgive. I don't want to love. I don't want to rejoice. I don't want to let not your heart be troubled. All right? We don't want to do those things. We just heard Jesse say, Lord said, vengeance is mine. And he said, no, you take too long. You take too long. I want vengeance to be mine right now. See, we have our way, but no, we need to crucify our flesh. Tell our flesh to shut up. Shut up. We learn obedience by the things we suffer. Obedience is not agreement. Oh yeah, I'll do that. Why? Because I agree with you. No, that's not called obedience. That's agreement. Some people think, they think submission is agreement. No, submission is not even revealed until you get to the point where you disagree. And then you do what God says. Obedience. Same thing. We learn obedience by the thing we suffer.